Each tournament on the European Tour there's 156 players. Each week we'll probably see about 75 players looking after a range of conditions with them. And the GE ultrasound machine is an extremely invaluable tool for us because we see many wrist injuries, many shoulder injuries, many back injuries that we can get a really clear diagnosis on. So it's a fantastic resource, the GE ultrasound machine, that we take all over the world.
Wrist and hand are probably the commonest areas of injury, but also the shoulder and the hip are common areas. So the machine needs to be powerful enough to cope with scanning all these different areas.
LOGIQe is very useful as a portable equipment to use on tour to assess patients. It supports us in making a diagnosis. It gives us a capability of being able to intervene and do interventions to relieve pain, allow people to return to rehabilitation and enhance their recovery and return to play.
This type of equipment has had a significant impact on allowing me to understand some of the anatomical issues surrounding my putative diagnoses made clinically at sports events. So the athletes and the patients get a much better and a much more detailed service right on site. They get the whole service from start to finish at one visit, which is obviously assisting all of us in reaching a diagnosis and allowing a treatment.
What we're after is having a premium image quality in a portable system. It's so important to have something that's highly portable because we travel all over the world, but it needs to be right. It needs to have the requisite quality. It needs to be the sort of thing that we can confidently see exactly what's going on. Because if you think, the most commonly injured structure in a professional golfer is the wrist, and the anatomy of it is so small that we need extremely clear definition to work out exactly what's going on.
The machine needs to be able to work in different environments, so you need a good display. It's not always like this. We don't always have a room that's dedicated to ultrasound with a couch and the equipment we need. Sometimes the blinds aren't as good as this and the room's a little bit lighter than it should be. So it's important that the display is as good as possible, and I find the LOGIQe is exactly what we need for delivering this kind of service. It just ticks all the boxes.
The professional athlete really appreciates having an ultrasound machine of this quality. It allows us to have an array of specialists, a specialist for that area, a radiologist and the sports medicine physician working together and actually being able to move forward during that single consultation. The fact that we can now have everyone in the same room and look at the images has made a huge difference. The other thing is the athlete can actually see it for themselves, and there's one thing telling the player what the problem is, but if you can show them as well, they take much more notice.
The follow-up tool is particularly helpful in monitoring our athletes over a period of time. You can take images and then you can follow it. You can see if things are getting worse, if things are getting better, and see if intervention is required. It's really changed the way that we do things. The European Tour is really pleased to collaborate and to work and partner with GE Healthcare, and we have done for a number of years, because what we know is it gets the best outcomes for our athletes. Real diagnostic accuracy, we know exactly what's going on, and it just means that we can offer the best for all of our athletes every time.